Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
Well, it's 7 degrees here with a wind chill of 13. So we're in a power outage potential. And so if by chance you guys lose me, then you guys can take over. Since you guys are panelists, I think you can. Let me see if I can do something here on my end that would maybe.
Are you sure that we don't drop the call, right?
Let me go ahead and make you host, Matt, just okay. For sure. I'm going to go ahead and make Matt host. That way, just in case something goes wrong and I pop off out of nowhere, then you guys know where I'm at. We got some cold weather. Got about 4 to 5 inches of snow here, which is very unusual.
Wow.
For this area.
That's odd. So you guys are not moving anywhere. You guys are all
shut down. And again, that brings us back to our next point. Are y'all seeing my screen? I want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. That brings us to our next point of our news for today. Here in the States, we are in a holiday, President's Day. So let's look at what we have today. There's not a whole lot going on. We are bank holiday, so everything's shut down here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area anyway, and Texas and the United States as far as banks. I always like to look at what's ahead in the week though as well. Again, there's not a whole lot going on Tuesday. Very, very low volatility, but then we go into the Wednesday with some more red folder for the U.S. and the Aussie. Again, I'm not expecting a whole lot for the Aussie pairs, but they're there nonetheless. It will be interesting to see what the U.S. numbers are now that we've had a presidential change and figure out what they're going to do, especially with the time of year too. So that's going to be interesting. And then we go into Thursday, again, kind of a light day. Have a couple of orange, but nothing that's going to probably rock the world. This one could be interesting, the crude oil inventories, now that President Biden has decided to change some policies on that type of, well, I'm looking for the word. I just went back.
Industry?
Energy. Yeah, he's going green. So who knows what's going to happen with the oil inventories. And then we go Friday. Friday's our big day for our red, as far as number of them. Again, they're there and we want to be aware of them. But I think that our software, we can plan around that quite a bit, but really not a whole lot going on today. And being that it's a bank holiday, I would expect not a whole lot happening, to be honest, as far as the U.S. pairs. But we could find some little strange volatility, strange reactions to the market based on that. I got into a trade last week. Obviously, when we're on a 15-minute chart, we're not normally looking to hold, but this is my demo account. And I want to look and see where I'm at. I'm on a buy. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one out because that's not normal for me to be in that long for a 15-minute chart. I didn't lose anything. It's all good. Notice I started with a very small balance. I started around $400 about a month ago and just tried to grind it out to see how everything would work. And again, I'm just showing you my demo account. And then we'll wait for some sort of alert. Now, Matt, do you have a trading view available?
I do.
Yeah, you might want to be prepared to at least share that type of stuff. I have trading view, but I didn't have all the stuff that Al has. And so I want to make it what Al does is we normally do.
Yeah, I'm going to go open up one of those charts.
Just be prepared just to see what happens here. Last night I was sharing with a friend of mine, Auvoria Prime and the software, and he had some great questions about Arrow and the simplicity of it all. He asked me if it works, and that's a loaded question.
Well, it is.
It's a manual trading system, so you got the emotional piece always in there in your head game. But I showed him this example where we had our nice support line. It bounced, crossed over the moving average, got our arrow. We had been in on this one, and we would have reached our 20 at this point, and we've been off. I actually used this one as an example, and he says it can't be that easy. I said, well, then you can do it back here if you want. And I went back there and I said, you could actually do it right here if you want. And this was, he said, well, why is the black area? And I explained, we have our money zone, we have our off hours and money zone. He says, well, it just seems too easy. And I said, well, it's pretty easy strategy, but there's multiple strategies that go along with arrows. So just be aware that today we're mainly going to hit number one, which is called bag. And I would even say that Matt and even Charles are probably even more proficient at arrow than I am.
What's interesting? You're talking to some friends yesterday. I was at a buddy's house, and you wouldn't believe it. I'm like, listen, instead of your kids playing around on video games, give me 15 minutes, and I'll show them how to trade the system.
It's pretty
14
simple.
years old. I'll get them to trade this. It's that simple, and I'm so convinced. As long as we don't make it complicated and we keep it just super simple.
Right. Now I have this showing up on a 1 hour chart for some reason, but your SB should be on 5. See what it looks like on a 5. Look good on a 1 for a swing right there. Now it doesn't look so good.
No.
That would have been a good one. That would have been your nice solid move. Bounce, arrow, go. And now you've got a possible rally basing drop or a rally basing rally. We don't know yet. It's just
it could probably pull back pretty significantly from that move there.
A lot of clean air is what that's called. Clean air from the back. There's nothing really over in this area at all. And so looking at price action, you could always come in here and right about that area right there. It seems to be a level of where price has reacted quite a bit. And this is where the drop originated. Then we had a retest of that line. It dropped again. Then we finally had a break of that after the arrow. It tried to test it. My bet is we could easily come back down to here and then continue up and still be in an uptrend. You can also see this area right here where we could possibly, and this is how I used to do things all the time. I used to come in and draw lines, and you'll notice what's funny about this is I'm not measuring. I'm just drawing lines, and they're basically spaced the same. And that's that organization inside of chaos, that the market tends to have an ebb and flow. We may not see it, but it seems to have a nice little ebb and flow where we have price always having at different points. And that comes back to price action itself. Very cool how I didn't measure. I didn't take time to measure the distances, but visually they're pretty darn close.
Yeah, they won't be 100%, but they'll be within 10% of each other.
Yeah, we're looking at areas. And again, this would be the 3950, which would be a little bit higher. That's going to be more of your institutional number, 3950. This one could be 3940. And we like whole numbers. This one be maybe 39, 35. Depends on what people are doing, but that's the S&P.
Bitcoin sell. A little bit apprehensions going in short with Bitcoin.
Yeah, there's a lot of power on Bitcoin right now. Is there a Bitcoin chart that we can pull up on this thing?
Yeah.
Just for curiosity.
So you're using Envy, right?
I am.
Yeah, so you can go into cryptos. So file.
Must be down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Where? I don't see cryptos.
Where is it? Scroll up.
Oh, they're there.
Yeah.
It's higher up. So which one would we use?
BTC, Bitcoin US, right down.
The first one?
No.
This
no.
one?
No. Sorry.
More down.
No, down.
More down. There you go.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. And then I would just close this out. And then I'll come over here and new chart is what I need to see.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that at? There we go. New chart. And crypto, Bitcoin. Just curiosity. We'll bring one up.
Check it out.
Yeah, I'm going to clean this up just a tad. I don't like grids.
TRX. USD. Is that Tron?
I'm not sure what TRX is.
Oh, Tanzanian. What?
Ooh, yeah.
No. No. I think it's Tether.
That's funny.
No, it's Tron. It's Tron. Did you get Brendan? Did you get an alert on Tron at the 5?
There you go.
You doing Bitcoin on 5 minute as well?
Yeah, we do.
All right.
It moves so fast that you really don't want to be on the 15.
Yeah, well, when we go blow this thing up to look at it,
Whee! Yeah,
Look at
right.
that.
yeah, you really don't look like you want to be. I mean, you're even, but you're in between. I would love to get rid of this resistance line and then have this zone area
Mhm.
up or down. But right now, I'm not being a seller.
No, because you got these two big zones down there, and
Yeah.
it's gone to that price too many times. I don't see that as a viable trade whatsoever.
Look at that. Back all the way.
Yeah.
Touch. Kind of broke through, but it came and it touched it again. So, in my opinion, we're definitely in a area of a purchase down here. But when you go in and you throw this, notice all this noise right across here. Just throw it in. You're sitting right at the same spot.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be doing anything with this particular one, but holding.
Yep.
And that question
The long
is,
hold.
how do I'm going to go ahead and organize this in.
I don't. Let me go see if I have Tron on my chart. I don't know if I have that one.
Brendan's saying there's a bag on it on Tron on the 15-minute.
Oh yeah. Well, you
What
usually
is Tron? Is that another crypto?
It's a crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it though.
I've never traded Tron. I've only had. I just know people who have had the coin. It's one of those that have very, very low value, so you can spot trade it, and it has like no fees attached to it, pretty much.
Yeah, we don't even have that on our list.
TRX?
I don't see it.
No, we can't. I can't just go out of thin air and
yeah, it's
make
not
it
on
happen.
Yeah, it's not on our platform, so
I don't know anyone who allows it to be traded on leverage. All good, my friend.
Hey, it's interesting. It makes it interesting to hearing different things. I like all that.
Let's go see what we got.
Any recent alerts? I mean, I turned mine off before I set things up because it was dinging on me, but I'm guessing we're coming up to here in 1 minute. We're going to have an alert of some sort, I would guess. Since we're coming, there we go. And thank you very much.
All right, pound CAD. That might be a nice setup.
Could be interesting. Let's go ahead and bring that one up.
But being a bank holiday, there's also a lot of
unnecessary volatility.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really.
It doesn't really fit.
Kind of slow.
We're looking to be long. This one's a short. Doesn't mean you can't take it counter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, there's a lot of room, but you've got this bottom low for the day. I'm just not a big fan of going counter with the bag theory for me.
Yeah, how much room is there? Aussie. Let me see if I can find something. GBP CAD, right?
Yeah, pound CAD.
Okay.
And we can go 24 pips. If you do.
No. If I'm doing anything counter, I'd like to have a little bit more breathing room than that.
Yeah, a little bit more, and you got a lot of chaos right here at this price.
There's a lot of momentum to the downside, but it's not worth swinging the bat at that.
That's your price point right there. That'd be 75.80. It seems to be an area of chaos. So
yeah,
if we were up higher, maybe, but I don't know if we're going to get past that with really any strength. And then you're backing that up with a nice area of support anyway.
I'd much rather hold on and wait for a buy.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to be swinging the bat at this. There's too many good trades out there to be taking trades like this.
So we just close window and wait for the next one to pop up.
Pretty much.
Good group for a bank holiday day.
Yeah, you actually forgot that it was a bank holiday. You were talking about the weather outside. Well, we just hit -10 and we had like 3 feet. No, about.
We're
2
just
feet
not
of
used to
snow.
it down here.
No, I know.
Okay, Christine will come here shortly. And then can we look at Euro US and a sell? Okay.
Oh,
Are you, Cassie, are you using bags for that? Or is that,
Oh, he's already in it. Major drawdown.
let's
He
see what
just
we
wants
got
to
here.
get our
yeah,
take
we
on.
want to know if he's using software or whatnot.
Yeah, is he using the automated version or is he using bags for it?
Major drawdown. Are you talking about like 20%, or are you talking about 50? Because it can be
Major's all
relative.
Yeah,
What
drawdown,
handle.
huge drawdown is relative to where you're at.
And what your risk
Exactly.
tolerance is.
Right.
Like me, 20%. I don't let it go to 20%. So are you in a sell? Oh.
Ooh, well,
Yeah.
That's not very.
if you're in a sell, you're in a better
inspiring.
position.
Right.
If you're in a sell, you're in a better position. But
when was the trade taken?
I'm guessing it'd have to, if it's using the arrow, it would probably be on the candle after this one here. Let's blow that up a little closer and see what we got.
Cassie, can you give us some more info
Yeah,
on
we need
that,
your help.
please?
Here's your arrow
Take
after
it.
your bounce. If they're on this candle right here, that's not, to me, that's not major drawdown, especially if you're on the 1 hour. You've got a 100 pip normal.
Oh, okay, Cassie. Yeah. So what are you using the arrow, or are you using another system? Because if it's arrow and you're brand new, my guidance would be stick to the bag entry.
Absolutely.
And the other side is, if you're trying something new, you shouldn't be live. There should be no emotion yet. It should be, hey, you know what? That trade didn't work out. Let's close it. Whatever.
Yeah, but I still like your short. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Now the rule for bag is we get an arrow. We come in on the first chart. If we create a opposing zone, then we get out of it. Yeah, we get out of it at that point. So you would have got out, probably break even, small loss. But you're on a swing trade time frame. 1 hour is not the normal, 15-minute thing. So it still would apply, but swing can be handled a little bit different. Your stop is up here. So you've got 2 level on a level. So, all right, we've got a gold. I don't know if anybody does gold, but we're going to look at it regardless. Gold 5-minute chart. That's silver. Let's bring gold up. See what we got. For me, too close to resistance. This would have been a better one down here. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. I've got to be able to make that $5.
If you scroll out, how far back do you? What do you see for zone wise?
Let me scroll.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like a downtrend going down.
Downtrend, sideways market, really. It's really
not enough room.
Not enough room.
Consolidation.
I
got
agree.
a big fat wedge there.
Right here to here. Yep. But you can see where price is. I think this is my point before that I drew out. I like to do lines, but you have another one here. You would have another one here, and price is currently at one. But you're running up against resistance on this one. Is it not correct that gold $5 a target, $10 stop?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, we would not make the $5 because it would run right into resistance. I think it's going to go up, but it's not a solid per rule trade.
Well, it's probably not even a very high probability trade, right?
Right. Oh, not for the short term, not for the 5-minute. I wouldn't think. This is a huge move down, and here's your orientation of that. And then we're trying to fight that. We've already come up here once, and fought it off, but it would be a better buy down in here.
Yes, it would. That would be a counter trend trade that I would take.
Yeah. And 1820 area.
Yeah.
The only thing this one's got going for it is the double up arrow.
Yeah.
Right from here to here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see the sellers are coming in and pushing.
There's a really big, powerful trend line from it goes from the beginning of the month. The 11th.
Way on back.
Yeah, way back there. But that's that rejection where it bounced. That was actually the third hit on that trend line.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just realized you had put me up to a panelist. Hope everyone's
Hi,
doing.
good morning.
Absolutely, we did. You know more than me. So
I'm here that is definitely not true, Brian, but I am here to help.
I wouldn't do much. I mean, I really like this thing down the 1820 area, but I didn't draw that. I don't chart real well on this MT4.
No, I don't like MT4.
I can't get it pinpoint. So that y'all get the drift of there's one trend line in here, but you also have this ginormous wedge that comes in there. By the way, we did find out that ginormous is in the dictionary, or supposed to be coming in the dictionary, straight from the movie Elf.
Oh,
yeah, they're supposed to be putting it in the dictionary, believe it or not.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, isn't that great? We can always just change our dictionary when we come up with a new crazy word.
Yeah, exactly.
Go figure.
It's kind of like President Bush. They used the word strategery back in his day. Didn't have a clue what strategery was, but it sure did make sense in his speech. And so all of a sudden they put it inside the dictionary, strategery.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy? Makes for humor for sure.
Yeah.
Expounding the English language.
Yeah.
Let's go see.
It's all good. Anything anybody else want to look at? Has anybody popped in the chat and said they want to look at something else? Maybe they're in. I don't mind looking at things. I'm going to do something real quick.
Yeah, Cassie, I would, if you're brand new, I wouldn't deviate from the rules, like the guidelines that are being provided. They've been tried, tested, and true through countless trades. So if you're using Arrow, and just don't try to
keep
deviate.
it simple.
Don't try to deviate from what is working.
Otherwise, you'll get frustrated and
you know what? You know what? What's going to happen is simple. You're going to say, this is not working. It's working for everyone else. It's not working for me. I'm quitting. Forex is not going to work.
Right.
And you're going to get frustrated and irritated, and it's not going to pay any benefit to your future goals. So it's just because I've had systems in the past where I've tried to tweak it so much and try to fit it and recreate the wheel, but this thing's basically as fitted and simple, easy to use as anything else out there. There's nothing as simple as taking a 14-year-old and showing them how to trade this, and then they start falling in love with it because they're like, "Oh, this is really not hard."
Yeah, exactly. Most of the problem with traders that I found with even, of course, we've been doing this many years. Most of it has nothing to do with the strategy. It has to do with what's between their ears.
Of course. And there's something that we all talk about. It's called ego, and where we want to. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Is the question that
same question I asked about marriage. Is it better to be right or better to be happy? And sometimes you just kind of throw your hands up and rather be happy. This is a Bitcoin question that you guys had. Do we want to be short? There's your answer.
Hey.
We just got an alert on it. Just a few minutes after we got the short alert. And I would definitely be looking at this if we can break through this resistance area and then wait for a pull back down and get another arrow opportunity.
Yeah, I think. Well,
Yeah,
you just
Garvin
need
said the same thing. 5-minute buy. I wouldn't be buying quite yet, but that's
it would
me.
go through that zone.
And the reason I wouldn't, for me, I see this long candle, long candle, long candle. You got 3 long candles in a row. That means somebody's moved some price for some reason. We don't know what, and orders are still left here. So I'd expect it to kind of waver in this area and kind of do this thing for a while. Then you can play a breakout if you want, but you still got some noise, a little bit noise in here.
What's a little bit higher?
Let's back it off a little bit.
Yeah, back it up. See what price action's telling at the, what's the other side of that coin there? That's a lot of consolidation.
Right here. And even though there's not a resistant area defined by arrow, you want to be aware of where prices always seem to react. And that's pretty close. Not that it doesn't mean that this is going to stop it, but we want to be aware that historically this was a mean average price where price continued to want to go back, bounce, and react to. And this is not exact. It's not quite on it, but it's close.
Garvin, what's your so you've been in a buy for a while this morning then that means you're in pretty good position.
Yeah, I like it.
Like down there is a great buy. Oh, you used the Fibbo retracement. Did you do that off of the original swing? Like what swing did you use to put your Fibbo on? Just the if you can tell us the
here's your bottom. Here's your top, probably.
From how far back? Oh, 5 minute. Yeah, I was looking further.
Yeah, and Dylan, that's a great book. There's also another one that I found not too long ago, and I shared it with my other trading group that I run called "Get Rid of Your Head Trash About Money."
Yep.
Eva, was that you that read that book?
I read that book. That was good.
Getting rid of your head trash about money.
That's the Noah book, right?
That's a Noah St. John book. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was a head trash. I love that. It does, because it's not a trading software.
No. And I've got a couple books like Compound Effect, The Slight Edge.
Yeah, I've got all sorts of them flying in there.
And I find that the better books are the ones that are not trading related, because it's your mindset, not the trading aspect of it. That's the problem.
I agree.
It's not the trading aspect. And the strategies are simple. It is what it is. You got the bag entry. It takes 2 seconds to decide if you want to be in the trade or not. Nate,
it's really kind of a non-emotional strategy.
Trade. It's not. It's really not. He removed all of the what's the proper word there? The speculative
uncertainty.
Yeah, there's no subjectivity to this thing, guys. Well, there's very little. Let's put it that way. If you deviate from the plans, you can get very speculative. Oh, I'm going to take it to the second zone, and I'm going to put this here. And
I'm just figuring out, after the years I've helped people, the more simple you keep it, the better you are. I will tell you, traders are the worst when it comes to tools and analysis. Traders can be handed a perfect strategy and system. Ooh, we want to be short. We don't want to be. That's a short. Let's see what we got. And they can try to optimize it, and they optimize it so much right out of productivity.
And they miss the trade.
And then they blame. And then they blame the strategy. And then they blame the strategy.
Yeah.
This is a no-go for me. We got to get a breakout on this one.
Yeah, it's got to break out of that bottom zone.
If it breaks out, that's a good potential opportunity. If we get a second arrow, that may be the opportunity in here, because there's nothing behind it.
Yeah, I've heard. So based on some analysis, the second arrow is not really as strong as the first one.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
But because
in this case,
yes, that will be
because you got a breakout. Find out. We don't know.
Hey guys.
Yes.
What's up?
Have any of you studied the market maker strategy yet? Strategy number 9?
Yesterday, actually. I watched Nate yesterday afternoon. And I'm
So
dying to try it after our session.
just for fun, take a look at the pound yen right now.
Which time frame, bud?
15-minute.
15-minute pound yen.
So to me, I'm still learning this, but obviously a huge move. And you see that the top of it right now looks like it might be forming an M to sort of end the market maker,
Boy, we have a lot of room down.
Yeah. It's just, it's not, it's not there yet, but I just thought because that was the latest strategy. If you look at the W in the red way at the bottom of that initial move, all the way down there. Yeah, there's the W, and then you can see some V's throughout, and it looks like we might be forming that M now at the top.
And if I'm measuring correctly, that would put us right about here for a target. Basing the tip of the M to the top, flip it over, you're right around this area for the first target.
Right. It's nothing to get into yet. I just thought it was a pretty
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
So if we had, so you're saying, CB, if you're saying if we had the, if we had a arrow in your direction, then you'd take that short.
Yeah. In other words, it looks like the upward market maker, is just about done, and this thing's going to turn around, and then
fall.
We probably got an hour or two still, but it just looks like such a sort of perfect example of the market maker. I just thought it'd be fun to look at it.
And do understand, guys that are newbies, what we're looking for is this little pattern. These are technical analysis pattern. This pattern right here is considered a W. Usually when you get a W, it's followed by a move up. Obviously, we have some V's in here too. V here, V here. You can call that a V.
Right.
A V here. This is not really a good quality V, but it's there.
Oh, that's a bullish flag.
That's more of a flat. You got a little bit of I can blow it up a little bit more, but it's more of a flag. That's more of a flag than it is a V. But what happens is you can take the this line right here measured from here to here, back down to here, and we should have a point where it comes really close. And the measurement from the bottom to the top is usually where it will go first. And so that takes you right about this area, which is exactly where we had consolidation beginning of the day. That's a good hint that maybe, if it's truly an uptrend, it'll most likely stop there. Technically, we don't know.
So this is what's interesting about this from a, from an Elliott wave perspective. There's specific things at lower time frames like that. It can't make a higher high here. If it makes a higher high here, then it's not going to retrace and going to keep on going up.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But it needs to either come back 38.2 of that full move, 23.6. And if it goes really deep to 61.8, then they could have their foot on the gas for quite a significant amount of time.
That's a pretty powerful move. I'm going to look that back on a 1 hour just for curiosity, see if it's as big as what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, it is actually.
We talked about last week. We talked about parabolic moves. This is a parabolic move. Everybody said, well, what's a parabolic move? Anything over 75 degrees, in my opinion, is a parabolic move. And normally what happens is just like Matt and Charles said, it can't sustain itself because of that pressure. It can't. And then it naturally will have a natural fall off. And then usually when they parabolically move up, they have a very strong escalator elevator down. That doesn't mean that uptrend is going to be gone away, but now we're in a Bitcoin buy.
Excuse me.
Didn't that just now come in?
Yep.
That means we probably cleared that resistance.
Oh, wow.
I'm all in now. So I am going to come in. Bitcoin, I don't know anything about it, guys. I'm just going to show you how I would do it. Do we know the spread on this thing? I mean, what's our goal?
About 20.
I'm going to buy it.
About 20, yeah.
Okay, so I bought it. What I do is I always get into on a market. I like to get in there. I got in a kind of a rough place. I would expect it to pull back. I would come in here and do a modification. That way I'm in the trade. I can now think about where my stop is at, where my target's going to be. Is it going to be a 40-20 still?
Is Bitcoin the same as gold?
Usually it's 100, 100, yeah, 150.
150?
I'm sorry, 1,000. Well,
yeah, you got to add that extra zero.
Right, yeah.
And that brings up another thing that we need to, so that would be 500 here. And so what I do is I modify that, push these two buttons and get them set in there. And then when that turns color, pop it on the chart. And did it already take me out? I must have typed something in wrong.
Yeah.
Because that
It
couldn't
could have
happen
been,
that fast.
No, it's probably the
Bitcoin stuff.
pip value. Yeah.
It's probably the same as the Dow Jones. I believe it's the Dow Jones.
Let's do it again then.
It's not,
Since it's demo.
it doesn't work exactly the same as the 1,000 and the 500. I was actually going to tell you to put 10,000 and
10,000.
5,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
As
do
soon
it.
as you did that,
Okay.
that's
let's
why
do it
I
again.
usually pull the lines up and down on the Bitcoin chart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't. So it's 10,000 and 5,000.
That's right. Yeah.
That would make sense.
It's just the way the pips are counted on it. That's all.
Now, hey, Brian, one thing I would say, I know you're doing Bitcoin here for a little fun.
Yeah.
Just for the record, this is not a valid bag trade, right?
No, there's no bounce.
You
Yeah,
got no
okay.
bounce.
Just
This
want to
is a
make sure.
breakout.
Right. Yep.
And it looks very small. It doesn't look like that's enough space.
Then you drag it somewhere. You've actually got your take profit below the entry, so drag it on up. I've not had a chance to actually look at this to see how the pips are counted.
We will. We'll dive into
Yeah.
that with the calculator again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how's that
it's
calculator
using an arrow
coming?
with it? You get these massive pip moves every second. It's hard. It translates, I think, to like 1,000th of what it shows.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to drag and your stop loss as well.
Yeah.
Drag it
Otherwise,
relatively as well.
I'll get popped out here. So I just got to keep an eye on it. And I'll put it at a nice even level here where I said I would. That may be a lot of go to 2
I would
to
put
1
your
on
take
it.
profit. I would take your take profit all the way up to the resistance up there. I mean, why not? If you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, especially in a demo. Let me back this out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, guys, this is a demo. So my resistance line was right there. So I want to go right before that.
Yeah.
That's where I would go.
What do you say? 48,591.
Yeah. And we just let it go. And looking at the price action, I could probably still move my stop even further down if I wanted to.
You probably could, especially because you got the double arrow there and it's
Yeah.
well above the moving average line.
There we go.
So you can let that go for a while.
I just don't know what the value is on the amount here. So we're watching that,
Yeah.
guys. We'll see what our value is. I don't want to risk really I don't want to get into the I could go $10 and not have a problem with it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
we'll figure it out on the calculator. Mariska did approve the calculator. It's now going back to how do we distribute it to people, from what I understand.
Hey, Brian, take a look at the 1 minute real quick on Bitcoin.
You're going to make me go down to 1 minute, aren't you?
Why? What do you see there? You see,
expand it out just a touch. Maybe you're not seeing it. Go out a little bit. Can you see? Just there you go. There you go. Yeah, you just got. I don't think it looks very strong. You got a little resistance right above your price there.
Right above my price. It may be one of those.
I would probably wait
comes
for it to
in.
break through there.
Yeah, it could very well come in here and just minger and pull back and minger again and pull back and then finally break out.
Right.
Because definitely you want to be on the buyer side. At least the way it looks like. Look at that parabolic move that we're sitting at, right where I entered. This could be a booger to fit. This would not be, if I'd have looked at the one, I would not have been so excited. Because of this strong 3 or 4 candles straight down parabolic move. Remember how it comes right back to that, but this is the origination of a huge move. So we're coming right into that. So if I happen to get profitable, I may just take a little bit off and be done with it. That's what you do when you get in a bad trade. You do some more technical analysis. And if it just, get profitable and it's coming into that resistance and you didn't know it was there, you can always close it and start over again. I would not advise normally doing that because you get in a habit of taking small profits and taking bigger losses.
That's true. Got something fun to look at. Remember you were talking about about how price likes to repeat itself?
Yeah.
Cool. Let
You
me show you something.
We've stopped sharing then.
Yeah.
There you go, bub.
All right. Thanks, man. Let's go check this out. So pound.
There's the tools I like.
Pound yen. So you're up, and these sticks are exactly the same. Now you're a hair off, but I mean you see it likes to repeat itself, and it's not a surprise where price ends up going. So like
order inside of chaos.
Look, I already see another move that's the same. See? And it's just all you're doing is you're recognizing the patterns that are already there. And that's a little too big of a move, but these specific corrections or something, they're pretty close. And that's just how many times it's repeated that exact same pattern in the last little bit. So price does like to repeat itself.
Human nature, institutions always look for the easy price out. I think more and more, the more we go into trading, we are actually trading human psychology, self-fulfilling prophecies. If you don't understand that, the institutions and banks are fully aware that most traders are losing, and they also know when you'll get greedy or when you get scared. So they'll force those issues, and you'll see the natural ebb and flow of a market. Because what I taught my fourth graders when doing a stock market game, if I'm holding the dollar in my hand, they can't. And most people don't understand that trading is a zero-sum game. When somebody's making money, somebody's losing it somewhere. And that's what ticked off some of the hedge fund managers with GameStop, because they were used to holding the money. So just remember, this is a zero-sum game, that when you're winning, somebody's losing. And when you're losing, somebody's winning. Sad to say.
That's true.
I had one of my coaches that I got it. It was a pound yen, as a matter of fact. I made a good bunch of money early on in the trade. I said, I bought pound yen. He says, you're almost to your target. And I said, well, I got a little bit more to go. He says, well, I just sold it. And no sooner did he sell it. Now he's been a long time trader, and he was my mentor. No sooner did he sell it, and I started losing money. And he said, thank you for lunch. Thank you for lunch. I paid for his lunch. Yeah. So he had a better insight of the market than I definitely did. I was still a newbie, but it's all about, understanding it's a zero-sum game, and that there are people knowing exactly what human psychology is inside of trading. And the more and more people that learn to trade, especially manual, the more psychology you need to understand.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's crazy.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but my system has been running fantastic.
Yeah, mine's fast.
It's fast. Yeah, it's efficient. Haven't noticed any major issues or nothing. Just loving it.
I have like 30 charts open on one MT4 and another 6 on another one. And
there we go.
I don't know.
So you're the one that's slowing us all down.
I don't know if it's the bank holiday or not, but yeah, this is by far the smoothest it's been in a while.
Yeah,
I think it's a little mixture of everything. I think.
Oh, here's that zone's gone.
Yep.
I'm in profit. I'm sitting in profit on the BTC.
That means I am.
Yeah.
But I'm watching your chart instead of mine.
I
don't worry about demo quite as much.
No, but you're not a demo trader though.
No, I have no emotional attachment to it. It kind of stings.
Doesn't help you.
I am in good solid drawdown with Gearbox, which I really like. I'm trying out.
By how much? Like what?
Massive 3%.
Oh my goodness.
But it's the most I've had. So
right.
I love it.
So we know what that means.
Yeah, that means that we're probably going to have some sort of bounce at some point.
But
I am doing the brand new for me, Neo, where you trade a pound CAD.
How did you that's not really yet.
It doesn't start until I think they take the last hours of the New York session. So I'm not in anything yet. So one pair for 2 hours a day. I'm on the 15-minute chart. I may drop that down to the 5 at some point, but I'm just in demo just to see how it works.
Okay.
So
yeah, you're gonna like it. I've been in the beta test for the last month and a half.
it seems to be a lot like what we do here, momentum trading.
It's not. Let's just say that it's very, very conservative.
Yeah.
And you don't need high leverage. You don't need high leverage, and you can run FTMO on it.
What is FTMO?
Pass. Oh, the that challenge where you need specific criteria, drawdown, and maximum loss, and all that for a funded account.
Oh, okay.
It'll fund the account.
So, would you operate in mode 2?
Depends on what I want. I've got 4 of them running, so I've got I got 2 in mode 2 and 1 in mode 1.
And preferred time frame that you found?
Doesn't matter. It's not.
Because he said hour down, anything from an hour down. So I went with the easy 15-minute.
Yeah, I just stuck with the hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We're talking about Neo the Legend, Dylan.
Yes, Neo the Legend, brand new for me.
I don't think that's available. To
it's not available.
Yet, right?
No, not yet. It's not yet. Released yet.
But I am in the chat box with it,
It's
doing
coming.
it on demo. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, get an understanding. So when we get to opportunity, if people ask questions, we'll have some sort of understanding behind it.
Hey, Brian, I know you have been raving about Gearbox, and I know this is an arrow call, but are you? This week for the first time I went to just the 11 pairs with the lowest entry.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing all 24 or whatever?
I'm doing all but US pairs. I'm also doing on a 4-hour.
4 hour.
I'm max 6 pairs. Yeah, I'm pushing it for me. I want to push
on
it.
On what size account again? Was it $4,000 or?
Mine started at 4. It's at 6,500 at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this week for the first time, there was a recommendation out there to go to the 11 pairs that have the lowest entry and actually move the gear down one for all of them. There was a group of guys who were having real success. So I did that this week, and I did four max pairs. And unlike the last couple of weeks, for those listening that, you're only getting 1 or 2 trades, I'm already in 4 different trades. And
be quiet.
Yeah. It's, and
really?
And still just minor drawdown. I'm like 1.5% drawdown, but a little more action with this way.
Huh.
Actually, Mariska's put in the chat, the Neo crew said last Friday that the time frame doesn't matter, as Neo will trade regardless of the time frame we set. She also says that it's now available for all VIP 1200 and above, and full launch will be coming soon. Thanks, Mariska.
Oh, that's great news.
Oh, super, Mariska.
That's probably why I was able to actually access it. So that makes a lot more sense.
Yes.
Very cool.
But I've been pleasantly impressed with that software. I think it's going to be a game changer for people that really just want to set it and not mess around with any settings or anything. Like, it's been really good. It's really easy to use too. There's literally 3 settings.
Yeah, there's not much to it
that you can mess with. And the other side to that also is that your stop loss is not entered into your system. So if you're concerned about your broker messing around with you, there's actually no stop loss or take profit entered into your MetaTrader.
Variable's the same.
It's hidden.
Yeah.
They're still trading with one, right, Matt? It's just hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
So does anyone have info on Stratamus?
I haven't had any information on Stratamus. I haven't even looked at Stratamus.
Either. I was actually trying to find current videos on them yesterday, and I couldn't find anything.
No, I don't know. I could reach out to Tyler, find out if there's any update or any news on that. So we got nothing. We got
Nothing.
anything
Well,
else interesting?
we got another. I'm up 22 cents on my Bitcoin. It's amazing growth.
Yeah.
Imagine
What was your position size, Brian? I didn't even notice.
0.01. I just put an easy 0.01. It's not the proper because I don't know anything about Bitcoin like this. Usually when I buy Bitcoin, I'm buying it to hold, not to
Hold
trade.
it, yeah. Okay, Mariska, she's responding. Stratamus will be coming shortly after Neo full launch. Okay,
Well,
perfect.
look who's in the know.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
If she's not in the know, nobody's in the know.
You think she might be part of the senior leadership team or something?
There's something insider happening here. There's an insider. That's fun.
Yeah, we're getting some secrets.
That's great. Let's see what. And so far, no power outages here, and the sun's finally.
Oh, that's good. I was. Did he
It's not
go?
crazy here.
Yeah, it's cold. It was cold. I forgot my computer in the car this morning. That's why I was running a couple minutes later than I expected.
Yeah, we're 5 degrees right now. The sun's just now kind of peaking up, and we went down to 5. So that means we're probably a wind chill around 13, 14 negative. Yeah, that's very cold for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It hasn't happened in decades. I remember.
Wow. So you guys are not moving today.
No, I remember playing soccer, semi-pro indoor soccer one night about 30 years ago, I guess. And literally when I came out, my hair froze and it cracked and fell out. I mean, broke because the hair was frozen. So I don't have that problem now. So I can go outside. Yeah.
Well, it looks like Switzerland outside my window.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's very pretty. And the nice thing is it really hasn't hung on the trees a lot. So we aren't getting snapping limbs. Normally we get ice first and the weight just destroys trees in our area, but we didn't have ice. We just had cold and snow.
Okay, guys, I've got another little nugget for you from Mariska. Big company update webinar coming Thursday. Time and details will be announced probably today at some point.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Matt was mentioning something about a big webinar coming up on Thursday. Big announcements. Saw that this weekend too.
Yeah, lots of interesting things.
What's nice about all this too is you don't. I just literally last night walked a longtime friend, through the whole process of Auvoria Prime, and he's now going to try Gearbox. He has no understanding of trading. He's so excited about learning about it, but he says I can't do this because I don't understand it. I said, dude, there's nothing to understand. You got all the education you need. You can earn while you learn. And we got him all set up with Gearbox yesterday, and I told him, don't stay up and watch it. I said, because you're going to be confused. Just let it do its thing. You're paying your financial advisor to do the work for you, basically. Let it do its job. I told him, because you know how we were when we first started. You want to sit there and stare at it all day.
Well, yeah, and then you want to try to understand everything in it, and then you don't realize there's like thousands.
Don't have a life. That's why you trade, so you can have a life.
Yeah.
You don't trade so you can sit
have
and
your
watch
freedom
screen.
back.
We are definitely quiet today on the alerts, though.
It's super slow.
This must be the U.S. bank holiday that's caused this. There's no true movement.
That's cool though. But the price that keeps on doing very similar move up. You can almost see where it's done it again, and interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
It's a different structure altogether. You see, this one's rally, basing, rally, and then you've
been around us too long, dude.
And then you rally again, and now here this is a different one. So you're running up, and you got a wedge, and then you're running up, and then you have a bearish flag.
And back up for a second. Back up for show not that quite that far. Show your 2 lines right there. Now, guys, this is a great thing. Your first line is your rally. That middle area is your basing, and another. Is that what you were talking about, Matt?
Yeah, here.
No, I'm talking about the whole picture. Because if you take that on a 4-hour, if you take that on a 4-hour chart, you have a rally base and a rally out. And so, in a larger larger time frame, that could be very well a nice rally up, a basing, and a rally out with a consolidation point at 144.50.
Yeah.
Look at, take it to a 4 hour, maybe a 6 hour.
Four.
And see.
I like 4 better.
There's your rally base. And now see how patterns are? You can even see them even more.
It's very clear at the higher time frame. Look, W, break. And then you got a wedge here. And then you got a really nice wedge here.
And on a daily chart, that probably looks like a rally 2 candle base and a rally out. Or pretty close, depending on, there it is, 2 candles out. That's a rally and a basing. That last one really looks cool. How it worked out that way.
Yeah,
those are what I look for. Those rally bases, rallies. When I'm doing position holding trading, I'm looking for those on that daily chart. And so when you draw down, called fractal multi-time frame analysis, you can see the same thing. You're looking at, you're basically looking at 3 days right here ish. And that middle part is the basing.
Cool. Levi, there's quite a few Canadians in here, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'm in
negative 40.
Yeah, that was
it's a dry heat.
Dry heat.
That's what we always call it.
I had to change.
It's 120, but it's a dry heat.
Yeah, no, I had to change the battery in my car the other day. Come to realize the battery required to start my car is not a cheap one. Yeah. It's not one you can go into Costco and get.
Right.
Let's put it that way. My mechanic's like, yeah, Matt, it's like $400 for your battery. I'm like, I know I'm driving a diesel, but relax.
Is that Celsius negative 76?
Yeah.
Okay, so
we don't
Fahrenheit.
talk.
Yeah, we're Fahrenheit negative 14. So I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Oh no, it's similar.
Not quite. I wouldn't say that.
No. By after you pass through a certain level of depth in the Fahrenheit, it gets almost equal.
It levels out at -40.
Yeah.
But for example, -76, not including the wind chill, is -105 Fahrenheit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking at, I've got the conversion right in front of me.
Oh, I was about to say I'm gonna go look it up because I don't like being wrong.
Yeah. -40 is in Celsius is -40 in Fahrenheit as well. That's
Right.
where it levels. And then
I thought it stayed leveled.
No way. That's why I said to Levi, Southern US doesn't know cold.
No. And Canada doesn't know heat.
Oh, yes, we do. Oh,
Not
yes,
like ours.
we do.
Not like
Look at it
ours.
all, my friend.
That 120-degree summer 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
120 we've not had, but we have had around 100.
110.
Yeah.
105. We get
So we
that.
get heat and we get humidity. It's like you're in the Louisiana bayou here in the summer.
We're definitely in that heat because we're only about 4 or 5 hours from Houston, which is definitely on the coast. We get that summer musty, muggy, hot. We had last year 115 degrees with an 80% humidity.
Yeah. Not in that zone.
Nah, too much noise.
We're looking for, and the other problem with this trade here is your moving average is flat. Which
look at your arrows.
Right. Your
last 3 arrows are flat.
Yeah. So it's all flat. So you're gonna have a breakout here. If it breaks to the downside, maybe there's an opportunity. So
what's the overall trend? Down?
Yeah, really strong down.
Okay.
So
we may be having a drop base and a drop.
Maybe, because if we do, let's bring this over here. Euro Aussie.
Easier to see on this for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, look. Oh, I already had the wedge there. I was waiting for it. So
there's your drop from the pivot high.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got this basing happening now.
Yeah.
And the move is down.
Yeah, I don't see it coming up, because this is a big rejection. That's a really strong, hey, we're not going up there. So interesting. So if you had appetite, there's two ways that you could trade this breakout. One, actually, there's a couple ways. So you can put your stick here. You can wait for it to break out. Either low probability it's going to break out of the top, higher probability that it breaks out of the bottom. Breaks out of the bottom, that could be your first target. Your second target can actually be put here. This could be your other target. This is a higher probability trade than this one. And there's one more way you can do this. You can take this bounce. This is a higher risk trade. You can take this bounce and take it to this run, which means you're doubling your profit. And you're lowering your risk because you're now going to put your stop loss just above here.
Hey, Matt.
What's up?
The green and red on the TradeView charts there, is that like just a TradeView indicator you put in? I assume that's resistance and support similar to arrow?
No, not at all.
Oh, no.
So it's a trading view indicator, but it's a moving average cross.
Oh, it is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's showing green and red, just because that's what we found to. So it's 13 and 62 EMA. And so whenever it crosses, it means it's a shift in momentum.
Got it.
So you see you're green, you're up, you got a wedge, and I'll show you this one thing. And then you're going to think this is really cool. So you might, I don't know, we'll see. So you see where it breaks the wedge is almost where the switchover occurs.
Yep.
Okay. So if I show you this one,
Much easier to draw on this chart.
So yeah, it's just the way I like it. But here's your M, right? Your M, and then boom, it melts. But if you put this here, you're drawing a little wedge, and then it tends to break and cross, and it's kind of a confirmation. So like, for example, here you've got if you do right, this is hindsight, so it's a little bit different, but and then you see there's a wedge here too. And that's why the wedges are so powerful, is because once you have that cross, you can take it after that break. And for the sake of explaining why the stick is there, well, that's the stick, right? You can take it right here before it pulls back. And just to give you an idea, this break here is worth 40 pips. Let's go see what if we got another alert or
Bitcoin
anything.
sell.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we had a Bitcoin sell.
Let's go see what Bitcoin's looking like.
I still just gonna let it ride and do its thing.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
I don't know what I would feel like if it wasn't in demo. I probably would freak out a little bit.
Really? Like $3 worth of drawdown.
I'm just not. I'm a 15-minute chart on Bitcoin. Just kind of
5.
Or 1 minute. I'm 1 minute chart on Bitcoin. It's kind of weird. I'm not used to being on a 1 minute chart with anything.
Oh, I get it.
I'm a pansy.
You're just a swing guy. That's all.
Yeah, I'm a position hold swing.
Let's see what happens here. I don't have a down arrow, eh?
I'm using Envy. Are you using Envy?
Yeah.
I have a down arrow.
What, are you on the same time frame?
I'm on a
Oh
1 minute.
no, you're on 1. You're supposed to be on 5.
Okay, I'll get on the 5 then. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. That means I'm moving up.
Yeah, move up in the world.
Oh, you're funny.
See that rejection of that moving average? Interesting. So where are you at now, Levi? If you're not up in Northwest Territories, driving those frozen trucks. Good money up there.
Yeah, have you ever watched those shows? The
Mhm.
Yeah.
the ice road
yeah.
truckers?
Okay. I was out in Fort Mac for a couple years, so. Yeah, I watched Ice Road Truckers for a while. I think I watched a couple seasons of that.
Yeah, I love watching that.
And then come to find out, some of it is actually not as real as they portray it to be.
Well, I kind of suspected
It's
that.
exaggerated. There's certain parts that are exaggerated, like certain trucks driving over the frozen water and it cracking and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, out of nowhere, they decide to drive over there and there's cameras underneath.
Under the ice.
I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, this is not set up at all.
Yeah. Well, the cracking is real, Levi says. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I've actually heard it on Lake Ontario, but we're just saying that they've got setups. Like the cameras aren't just waiting for these guys to do something special.
No.
It's interesting though.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
It sure is quiet though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I almost don't really want to go further than 9 o'clock just because it's so dead.
Yeah, I agree. It's quiet. I hear some birds out. I don't think the birds are used to it for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't heard birds for months.
Exactly. I saw a blue jay the other day.
Did you?
It was like, well, the other day, like maybe 4 months ago. But but it was really nice because you don't see them very often, and they're bright blue, so they stand out like no one's business. I'm like, Elias, look, it's a blue jay.
4 months ago.
Or what? The other day.
Well, it feels like it.
I know. Time flies.
It's just been.
I was actually scheduled to play golf Saturday, but the temperatures just kept going down, and the golf courses covered up the greens, so we couldn't even play.
Oh, Mr. Anonymous Attendee, great question. So you're with Envy. So what you need to do is, and I'll show you exactly what you do. Brian just did it actually. You go to symbols. You're gonna look. All right, Envy has Forex, crosses, majors, exotics, metals. You're gonna look for cryptos. Now, for the sake of just a little bit of information, myself, I'm using the Forex Pro feed because it has a little tighter spreads, even though the commissions are like $1 more or something like that. I'd rather pay more in commissions and have a tighter spread. And that is one of the tightest spreads that I've seen, is the Forex Pro feed on Envy. Let me know if you see it. You should see it like this. You should see exactly the same options that I have here. If that doesn't work, let me know. Look at that bounce. I love that.
Looking good so far.
Brian, so you guys are shut down all day, yeah?
Yeah, we're shut down all day.
Okay. After this, I would like to sit down with you and Ava. We could have a little talk.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. That would be awesome.
I'm not going anywhere. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
we're
blame
talking
you.
about canceling school for the whole week.
The
Really?
week.
Because of the
Mhm.
weather? Is
Yeah,
it-
because we aren't getting up above 20 degrees and everything's going
Right.
to turn to ice.
So is
Wow.
that why you guys have the rolling brownouts too? It's because the
Yeah.
weather. I mean, your infrastructure, isn't
It's
built
not
for
designed
that.
for,
So,
yeah, it's not designed for this. So
yeah.
everybody's running their heat now, and we rarely run our heat.
Oh, right. Right. It's kind of along the same lines as up here, right, Matt? When it gets like super, super nasty hot for days on end,
Yeah.
we go into rolling brownouts because of the air conditioners going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Interesting. Yeah, we take our infrastructure for granted. I mean, we don't have power outages. Let's put it that way. Like very, very rarely does our power go out.
Well, Al's been out for 48 hours now.
Yeah, see that would be unheard of in my area. It would be unheard of because people would
I'm not sure.
freeze.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what the cause of his is though.
Yeah, like it's been like 20 years since we would have been without power for 24 hours.
We've
It's
had
like-
where we're out for an hour, but never any length of time that's mattered unless you didn't pay your bill.
Right, but that's on you.
And then you have other
That's on you.
problems.
Let's well, you know what? I'm in this Bitcoin trade. I'm sitting in it. So I got it on my other account, my live account.
I've got to set up my NV. I started the process, but I just didn't finish because I'd like
Cool.
to trade Bitcoin. I just hold it like Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I buy and I sell.
You know the thing that I like the most about them, and this is not a recommendation of any type, and don't construe it that way, is you can use Canadian dollar accounts. And you can have Australian dollar accounts. And you don't have to use American dollar accounts.
Yeah, that's a good thing too.
I need 30% less capital in my trading account to be able to use any of the other softwares.
Dylan says you can use a Bitcoin based account as well, which is also a bonus.
Yeah, but can I just say I had that for a while. The problem with having a Bitcoin based account is the commissions are literally through the roof. For every trade, instead of say $7 for a standard lot, it was like $70.
Is that because it moves so much?
Yeah, because of the volatility of Bitcoin at the base. Yeah, they charge an arm and a leg commission wise for a Bitcoin based account.
Yeah, well, they probably don't have a choice but to do that, or else they would
so fast.
Yeah. So I don't know who would use a Bitcoin based account though, but
I guess, if you're going to be trading Bitcoin, like crypto on it, if that's all you're going to be trading on it, then it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I'm just thinking. I don't know.
I don't know. Interesting. I never thought of that. I never thought of the implications on that, but that's good to note about the high cost. Like for example, XRP, to trade XRP on Envy, for example, it's like 1 cent for if you carry the trade over for more than a day. It's nothing.
So it's a lot less than what our swap fees are then.
Oh, the swap fees are nothing. Like they're laughable.
Like compared to Forex, I mean, they're less.
Oh yeah,
is that what you're saying? Yeah,
they're minute. Like for example, I've got a XRP trade from beginning of the month. So from the beginning of the month, and my total swap fees of carrying this trade over the course of the month was like 57 cents. And my commission on that trade was 0.10. So I've held the trade for 2 weeks and they charged me 50 cents.
That's not horrible.
No. Yeah, Levi, you're going to be better off with that in my opinion. I didn't notice any negatives of using a different base account. You're getting consolidation here. So you got a wedge. So you got a wedge here, and then you got a little wedge here. So actually, let's do this just so you can see the fun that you can have with wedges.
Well, Mariska tells us that Dasan is using a Bitcoin account on variable trading Forex pairs and experimental. So we can all learn from him then. Once
Yes.
he gets his data together. Thanks for that, Mariska.
Look at this one. Our friend's full of great knowledge.
I know, it's so great to have her.
Got an inside track. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's good to have.
I never told you she was there. I should have just read her stuff out. You would have thought it was coming directly from me.
No, we know better.
Hey.
Yeah. GU. I can't minimize.
You can't minimize?
It's not minimizing properly. Look, I'm clicking this, but it's bringing up.
Your VPS window's not minimizing? Is that what you're trying to do? Minimize your VPS?
Yeah.
You're using the wrong, you need to use the minimizer on the blue bar, the dark blue bar.
This one. Up. I don't see it. That's the problem.
No, it's not the blue. It's not the blue bar. You got to, Matt. You got to hit the minimize on the gray bar below it.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I want to get rid of.
You were trying to show your desktop, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a blue bar that shows 5.252.197.237. You see that blue, dark blue? I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it.
No, I don't see it on my screen. Give me a sec.
Blue.
Dead center of your.
Here, I've got another way to do it. There. I can always open it up again. Takes 2 seconds, right? So there we go.
Chill.
Or not. It's being difficult.
Yeah, Mariska says the dark blue bar is hidden by the little zoom bar, I think. Probably.
You are absolutely correct. Hold on, let me stop. Oh, it's so true. It's right in the middle. Mariska, can you?
That's hilarious.
Can we keep you?
Oh, we have her.
I know.
That's funny.
Yeah. Nothing like having pocket compliance manager.
That's funny.
What do we got? Gold.
Gold's tempting. It's not a true bounce though.
Okay, we're not looking at anything. Can somebody put up something?
Oh yeah. Hold on here. Will you stop sharing? You want to continue? Oh yeah, here we go. Now it's working.
There we go.
All right. So let's go see what gold is looking like.
Gold it is.
And let's not maximize it this time. Gold.
And it's a.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. What do we got here? We got a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red, 2 green. We trade gold off of the 5-minute. There's actually pretty good room there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
The only issue is that because of that upward arrow prior, it didn't bounce.
It never bounced.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. There's no bounce, so it's not a bag entry. Even on the 1 minute, you got a little green zone there, but nothing overly concerning. Just no bag. But it's interesting.
Dylan's telling us that gold's also been testing the 1 hour 200 moving average for quite some time now. Dynamic level of resistance.
Yeah. And I'm gonna mess up your name. I'm sorry, but soon. I don't know if that's how you say it. Yeah, no, it's on the 1 minute it likes to break through those zones. You know, the move, it's under the moving average. You're now into your downtrend. So Casper. I like that. So let's go check. Nothing for me to take on that one, guys. But we're talking about pound yen.
Yeah, that's the one that's finishing the market maker upward.
Yeah.
The upward push. Because you got no red zones whatsoever. That's how strong of a push it is. That's pretty impressive. What do you got on the 1 hour? Nothing. That's really strong. So what was our at the end of the day when it comes to pound yen? There might be a trade setup here. We'll see what happens.
It looks like there's that sort of downward sloping M is forming right now at the top there. It breaks the moving average.
It might break and peep its head out a little bit.
You're in Euro Aussie though.
Oh, I know. It's just I like this for a potential setup.
I thought you were talking about pound yen. My bad.
No, I was just a sec though. I want to see if it's going to bounce here on that trend line, but we could go check the. There's no alert on the pound yen though, right?
No, we were just looking.
We would need. We'd need an arrow here. Let's go check what this trend line does. How about that? I have something here. What trend line is it going to hit? Let's see.
One of the white ones.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you guys see that new resistance zone for Bitcoin on the 5 minute?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying? You're saying I'm in drawdown? Yeah.
Might be time to run.
Well, it might be time to run. Now, if I was in a short and it was the opposite idea, like I'm very apprehensive of going on any crypto short because of the overall thrust it's had. And we know that, people want to see it hit 50K, right? And it hasn't hit 50K yet, so it's going to hit 50K. Yeah, that's a fat zone. Now you're wondering.
I've almost got full profit on the gold trade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went short.
Nice.
Very, very close. I just went with the target within the daily low. I didn't go for the full 5, but I did.
That thing just dumped. Look at that candle. Wow.
Where?
On gold.
Gold, yeah.
Did we have a trade idea on gold?
It was the one the arrow was not bouncing.
Oh yeah, okay.
but I took it because of momentum. But I
Okay.
also took my target is the daily low, and it's just above the daily low, and I'm almost there. So, and I also did a smaller stop loss, so I wasn't like the one
Silver.
$10 $5. It wasn't the $10 $5. It was basically a $7 $3.
Oh, Mariska's telling us that she doesn't have a new resistance on Bitcoin with her broker.
Well, now,
Somebody's not in the know then.
right?
Yes. I'm more inclined to think it's us.
Yeah, probably.
Look at that melt, guys. That'll be interesting for S&P. The way that they correlate, they have
Oh, awesome.
reverse correlation. Is that how you would call it?
I
Well,
would say
Inverse correlation?
I don't know.
opposite, but nothing's happened with the S&P 500. It's just sitting there.
It's
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Oh,
is
look
the
at this.
Dow
It might
Jones.
fake it out. It might fake it out. That's a cool rejection wick. Let's see what happens when it finally
I'm already
closes.
out. I already took my profit. So
That's a good move.
yep.
Because you could have put this trend line here even before you had this tag here, but now this is a strong wedge. This is a very strong wedge. This is probably the better of the wedges that we've drawn today.
And I would say there's still the pushes down.
Yeah.
Just by looking at the overall. To the point of your initial wedge on the bottom.
You mean here?
Oh, well, no. Your real target, so where you started your wedge. I think that's going to be the place where it goes. Is that 1800?
Yeah, it's 1810.
Yeah, that would be where I would think it would go.
Yeah, because I don't see it. I don't see it breaking much lower than that. Because I don't think it's going to break down here before it reverses. That would be a pretty big move. Let's try something. Let's use half a stick. If you're right, which you probably are.
Actually, here's a point from Garvin, which is pretty handy to know. All
What's up?
indices follow UK 100 during the London session. Check the UK 100 on M15 for confirmation. So during the London session, I guess they'll do whatever it does.
Really now?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well,
we have some people that took some gold profits. Looks like.
yeah.
Levi and Wong.
Oh, I was gonna write that down. I'm learning some new things. Hold on. I'm gonna write this down.
There's also a question for you in the chat. Or the
Yes,
Q&A
I use Pro for everything.
And the good thing is that you're learning something on a Monday, which Friday we learned that if you learn anything new on a Friday, you get gray hair.
Yeah.
Really?
We also determined that Al didn't have any gray hair. So he's not learning much.
He's not learning much on Fridays then.
That's right.
Oh, really? He has no gray hair?
So he tells us.
Oh, come on.
It's from Good Living.
I think I even have some gray hair. It all came from having my 2 kids, though. Let's see. London session. Check. M15 for confirmation.
Guys, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I think we're
Is it time?
Yeah.
I think we might be expired. But if this breaks here, then I would potentially look for this to be a target. I like this target. I wouldn't go the full stick. I'd go like here for 1812.
And we will check tomorrow to see what it does.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
We'll
So you're gonna be here.
Well,
Bitcoin's pushing up, so that's cool.
As of right now, we're probably going to be. I'll probably be here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Friday was supposed to be a holiday for us anyway.
Is it all out for the week then?
I think he'll probably try to push back home today if they got power.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for
Great group.
for showing up. We had a great time this morning. Learned a couple interesting things, took a couple trades, and we'll see you tomorrow for another exciting day.
Yeah.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
All right, take care,
Have a
everyone.
great day.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.